Thank you for watching RooTV.
Welcome back to this week's episode of RooTV. I'm Grace Kertz.
And I'm Deja, McKenzie.
A priceless mural at UMKC is being repaired. Stay tuned to hear about the history of the murals and how much this project costs.
The Union Board Programming released tickets on March 13th for their spring concert special guest, Rae Sremmurd. Rae Sremmurd is a hip-hop duo who is famous for their hit song, Black Beatles, which had 868 million streams on Spotify in 2017. Junior Charlie King stated, "We all grew up with the music. I definitely think Rae Sremmurd is hitting their target audience. The concert affirms that we're on the map at a similar level." The concert will be held on April 19th at the Sweeney Recreational Center. Doors open at 7 p.m. To get more information about purchasing tickets, visit UPB Instagram at UMKC-UPB.
UMKC founded an organization and entered a drone competition a mere week before competition proposals were due. The group must design, build, and fly an airplane-style drone and write a detailed proposal explaining exactly how it works. They drew blueprints and started 3D printing parts for assembly. Recently, they completed their design report, a colossal document limited to 60 pages. Now, they're waiting on materials for the plane, but have almost everything else finished. Although they've had less time and less training than competitors, the group is eager for the opportunity. Members also get to practice flying airplanes in Redbird, an airplane simulator that could earn students 2 hours toward a pilot license. The competition will be hosted from April 13th to 17th. Check Design, Build, Fly out on Roo Groups to join the organization.
Kansas City just passed an ordinance to make developers protect trees or pay up. Developers have to keep up with existing trees, pay a fine, or plant new trees nearby under a statute supported by the Kansas City Committee on Thursday, March 16th. The pay of each tree in the department costs $285 per caliper inch to replace. Stephen Van Reen, the environmental manager for Kansas City Parks and Recreation, stated, "The price is based on our existing contracts that were competitively bid. That's what it costs the forestry department to put a tree in the ground through our contractors."
Now, let's throw it over to Jackson Ogden for sports.
Welcome back into the den. I'm Jackson Ogden. It was a busy week around the sports world, and your boy has everything you'll need to know, so stay tuned. Let's start off in Chiefs land, where the defending champs are looking a lot different as free agency is underway. Orlando Brown Jr. decided to jump ship and head over to the Bengals to become their new left tackle. While the move is going to help Joe Burrow and Kansas City's rival, the Chiefs were way ahead of it and signed offensive tackle Jawan Taylor to a lucrative 4-year, $80 million deal to become Mahomes' new blindside protector. Some other notable guys that have moved on are Juju Smith-Schuster, Andrew Wiley, Juan Thornhill, and some other key contributors to the Super Bowl run. For all the fans panicking and, they've got all, they're freaking out because we're losing all these players, I have a sentence to calm you down. In Veach, we trust. If you don't believe that he will have the Chiefs ready come September at this point, I don't know what he has to do to prove it anymore. Last week I filled out what was supposed to be a perfect bracket, and since I am man enough, I'll put my hand up and say it, I was very wrong. It was a brutal week for the local teams. Kansas got bounced by Arkansas. Mizzou got beat by Princeton. Iowa dropped to Auburn, and Iowa State got upset by Pitt. The only local team to make it to the Sweet 16 was K-State, and they are set to play Michigan State this week. Before signing off today, UMKC softball is finally home for the first time this season, as they have a home series this weekend against North Dakota State, and then 2 home games over spring break against Kansas on Tuesday and a doubleheader against the Cougars on Thursday. Well, that's all for today. As always, go Chiefs, go Royals, and Roo up.
Welcome back to Lifestyle and Culture. I'm your host, Josh Cunningham, and today I'm going to be talking about Considering Matthew Sheppard. It was a show put on by the Conservatory Singers, and if I could explain it in 3 words, it was beautiful and thought-provoking. First, it was just beautiful because, one, they all have amazing voices. The song was beautiful, but what it was about was just such a good story to tell. It's about a boy named Matthew Sheppard who, in 1998, was in college and basically got killed for his sexuality. He identified as a gay man. And it was just such a beautiful story from all perspectives of the fence that he got beat on, of the parents and how they felt, of a really terrible church and how they protested, and just so many different things. And these were all so beautiful. But on the other hand, it was also very thought-provoking. I left the show it was very hard for me to speak because I was really just thinking about so many things. I was thinking about my faith and how people reacted and how terrible that was. I was thinking about how his family must have felt. I was thinking about how beautiful of the story this was and just what I really learned from it. And I feel like I learned so much about just not judging people based off of really anything about them, but just trying your hardest to love them and lead them in what you think the right direction is and just help them in their journey. So I believe this was such a beautiful show. I wish everyone could have seen it. I believe it's a story that needs to be told, and you should definitely look up more about Matthew Sheppard. But I just want to say thank you to the Conservatory Singers and the Conservatory for putting on something like that. But that's all I have time for today. If you'd like to hear more of my music opinions, follow me at Mr. Cunning123 on Instagram, and thank you.
Welcome back to Book Review. My name is Afnan Hussain. Spring break is approaching, so cue the comfort reads. I am most excited to read the book Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. The book is about 4 siblings, children of legendary rock star Mick Riva, hosting their annual end of the summer party. By midnight, the party will be completely out of control. By morning, the Riva mansion will have gone up in flames. There are 2 interwoven plot lines. The day of the party, we, the reader, are taken through hour by hour leading up to the annual soiree. The second storyline is the history that motivates the characters, how they got to where they were in life before the party starts. Nina Riva is a swimsuit model whose husband has recently left her. Jay Riva is a professional surfer. Hud Riva is a photographer, and Kit Riva is a junior in college. Taylor Jenkins Reid brings us a story about family, love, heartbreak, surfing, and one unforgettable party. Check back in after break to see what I think of this book. Happy spring break!
Welcome everyone to today's segment of The Ruse Closet. I'm your host, Gabe Rocha. Now before we get started, I want to take this moment to say that every single person has their own sense of style, whether that be jeans and a hoodie or pants and a blazer. This program is about promoting self-confidence and exploring fashion. If that sounds good, let's get into it. For today's episode, I want to discuss shopping on a budget. I don't know about you, but when I came to college, the reality of the broke college student hit me like a freight train. So here are some recommendations for brands and stores that will get you those good quality pieces of clothing, but that won't break the bank. This first one is called Free Assembly through Walmart. Now, people might be like, Walmart? What? But hear me out. This brand, Free Assembly, I got a striped shirt approximately 4 years ago. This shirt I still have in my wardrobe today, and it's more of like a spring-summer look. It's blue and white, has stripes, and a pocket square. It's a great option. It's good quality. It feels well, it stretches well, and it's lasted me this long. So I would highly recommend this item and this brand. The next one is Good Threads through Amazon. What? Amazon? Now believe me, I get it. I was skeptical at first, but when I ordered this pair of green corduroy pants, let me tell you, they were to die for. I've had them in my wardrobe for about 4 to 5 years, and they still fit me, and they're still in good quality today. Now, these pair of pants comes in a variety of colors and in a variety of fits. It's a great option and I highly recommend this. Now, the next one I want to mention is eBay. What? eBay? When I tell people I get clothes from eBay, they are genuinely shocked and kind of horrified. Now, let me explain. Through eBay, you have various sellers, and those sellers sell the items that you're looking for. It's kind of like thrifting, but, online. So, when you're looking for quality items through eBay, you have to look at the sellers and the seller's rating. If the sellers have a high rating and a positive feedback on their page, then genuinely the items that they're selling are good quality and are good to go and get. This next one I want to talk about is Goodwill. Goodwill? Yes, I know. I know Goodwill and thrifting has become all a rage these days. But it's a good, cheap, inexpensive option to find those good quality pieces of clothing on a tight budget. You just have to know what to look for. If you're in the store and looking at the item and it's a good quality, they're in relatively good condition, and you feel confident wearing the piece of clothing, then go for it. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions about what I should talk about in next week's segment, then please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Well, that's all the time I have for you guys today. Thanks for listening. I always appreciate it.
A priceless mural in Haag Hall is starting to crack and chip. Painted by Spanish artist Luis Quintanilla in 1940, this mural is one of only 2 in the world. Similar works by this artist in his home country were systematically destroyed during the Spanish Civil War. While painting this mural in Haag, Quintanilla chose to incorporate the faces of students and faculty into the characters. Their likeness now serve as part of UMKC history. Christopher Wolf, a published UMKC historian and manager of the campus bookstore, said, "They are part of the shared experience of all the generations who have come through here over 82 years. The restoration team has raised over $2,000 of their $2,500 initial project goal, but are working with the KC Sister Cities Association to bring in experts, which would cost $15,000. The team is hoping to continue to raise funds for the project before conditions further decline."
Thank you for watching this week's episode of RooTV. Be sure to hop on the subscribe button and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at RooNewsUMKC.
See you next week.
Welcome everyone to today's segment of Roo Style. Welcome everybody. Can you pause it? My bad.
What about soccer? What about hockey?
I like to watch the
What about
fights.
croquet? Croquet.
Croquet? No.
You bored? Oh, God. Can't do that over.